Good afternoon. So video B. This is a very emotive video because Jehovah's Witnesses have a very strict disciplinary policy. So there's some who've been removed from the congregation or disfellowshipped. There's some who've were witnesses and that they felt that the witness organisation wasn't as they thought it was going to be. And then you've got those who've been abused. Now those who've been abused sexually do make a very small number. I know the cases, and sometimes the cases come to light 20 years after the event. So Jehovah's Witnesses have made serious mistakes in their procedures with their elders, and it's caused them a lot of embarrassment. They are amending those policies. I'm really not in a position to say any more than that. Now those who've been disfellowshipped, I know how that feels because it's happened to me. So you're in the congregation, you've committed sins, you're unable to display that you're repentant, and so you are disfellowshipped. The purpose of disfellowshipping is so that the person who's carrying on a sinful life doesn't spread the sinfulness amongst the members in the congregation, and hence the word not fellowship but non-fellowship. Now there's quite a lot of people, in fact when I was disfellowshipped experienced a breakdown, an emotional breakdown. I wasn't able to see my children, although the disfellowshipping process should not have meant that would happen. But you see, what happens is those who apply the policies, persons, individuals, they apply them in a more stricter way. In my case, that was the case. So, in fact, the disfellowshipping isn't a kicking someone out of the congregation. It's actually saying to they're being told, look, your behaviour is not good enough, so you're not going to be able to socialise or have spiritual interaction with any of the congregation except for three. Three of the elders are there. You can talk to them, be encouraged. You're welcome to come to the meetings. At present day, they've relaxed some of the rules. You can sit in the congregation where you like. If you're a husband, say, and you've been disfellowshipped and you've got a wife who is a witness going to the meetings, you can sit with her at the Kingdom Hall. So, but it's just that at the end, instead of having socialising, going for a drink or having a meal together, that's not permitted. But you've always got three elders who will help you, and they will help you on a course of recovery, which can take as little as a year. So the process is a strict discipline. Well, I have a personal view about it after my experience, is that I do feel it should be softened even more. They are softening the arrangement, but I do feel it could be softened more. So if you're someone who's been through that experience, say you're a child, a teenager or something, you've been disfellowshipped, you don't have contact with your parents, well, you can have contact with your parents, and your parents can choose to have contact with you. Obviously they may choose to limit it a bit because they don't want to be socialising with you, and you can't really talk about spiritual things with them. But there are times when there's necessary communication, and so that is there. It's obviously up to both parties to implement it. Sadly, a lot of people have become very bitter. They've put their experience in videos. Now, if you see a video and it's someone's experience and they've made a couple on YouTube, well, they're entitled to express how they feel and they're hurt. But there are some who have made, they're called like critical Jehovah's Witness or JWs. There's some who've got a program, and so again, check the channel to find out if it's a progressive means of attack that it goes into 50 videos or something, because these ones who are bitter, they're resentment. The point I would have to them, my message to them is, why don't you move on? If you've left Jehovah's Witnesses and it wasn't good for you, why don't you move on and live your life? You know, that's my point to those. Why are you constantly making kind of hate videos? Maybe in a friendly manner. Why are you doing it? Is it because of the adverts that you can put in it and make money? I don't have the answer. But there is another group. There's those who've come along to the Witnesses. They came along perhaps when it was highlighted as the New World Society, where you're living in paradise now, everything is wonderful. And when you first come along, it's like a relationship, isn't it? You've got rose-tinted glasses on. You see the person you're dating as someone, you know, wonderful. Eventually the rose-coloured glasses come off. And that's what's happened with these people. They've come along, they've seen the love, it's been marvellous, but then slowly they've seen all the imperfections. But you're going to see that within the congregation because it's full of people. So you're going to get upset and offended. And so the love that you were hoping would be there is not as much as you were hoping. And also another thing you can fall into, the trap of, is joining an organisation. You see, you might say, well, that's a lovely organisation, I'm going to join that. But you see, the key really is the organisation's there, the church is there to give support to its members and to give them an ability to encourage one another as Christians. But you're not, if you're joining an organisation, you're likely to get disappointed. The purpose of getting baptised is to dedicate your life to God, to have a relationship with Him and put up with your fellow Christian brothers and sisters. That's the key. So if you haven't formed that relationship with Almighty God, then it won't carry you through. You will eventually get stumbled and leave. To those ones, I would say, restore your relationship with God. Build a relationship with Him. So I'd just like to thank you. Another criticism that's levelled against Jehovah's Witnesses is the date, UGO 1914, but that is video D. Video C, the next one, is about the New World Translation. Why is that just a rubbish Bible that many claim? Thank you very much.